Alright guys, welcome back to the next video. We've been working on getting this FiveM server going. Again, if you guys want to go ahead and please smack that like button, share the stream and the shows that we put up on this channel with everyone you can. We're going to start streaming here in the next probably week. I'm working on the overlay for that right now. We're going to start doing some RP streams. As soon as this server's up and running good enough, we're going to start getting in there and doing some hands-on work with getting drugs created and things of that nature. But all we ask is that you guys like these videos, comment on them. That does push them out in the YouTube algorithm so that more people can see them. The main goal here is to help as many people as we can, not get ripped off by devs hiding in Rocket Node and other Discords, just waiting for how do I do this, and oh, I got you, and then it's $20, you know, for something they can do in 10 minutes, you know, or less. So again, guys, just like and comment the videos. You can subscribe and smack the notification bell so that way you do know every time we go live, or if we do, when we put up these videos. There's going to be close to 200 or more of these videos. We're going to do every script that we can find, old, new, whatever, anything we can get running, we're going to do. Now I have learned in the last few days, I do have a few scripts that do not cooperate with the new inventory system, so we've had to make some adjustments. After talking with some of my future admins for this server, we've decided to forego the smart hose and smart fires for the moment, just because of keeping it easier for some of the new players coming in. Those fires, they spring up, they're a pain in the butt if you don't know how to react to them, and you know, it makes for a weird situation if someone is streaming and then you've got a fire out of control and no one's putting it out, or they're trying to put it out and don't know how. So we're going to leave that out until I get a fire chief in, make sure he knows how to use the system. That way he can train people to do it, or we can get an admin to be the fire chief and train you know, people that want to be in firefighter or an EMT or both. We may make it as it is a both kind of a thing, which is what I normally do, and I recommend that because, you know, fighting fires gets boring. So alright, so what we're going to do, what we're going to do, people will quit messaging me this evening asking me for questions and things. What we're going to do is we're going to start working on some of these other ones. What I think we're going to do is let's get let's see, we've got a lot we can work with. So I think what we'll do today, let's just get into RCore, some of this RCores. Let's do the tattoo pack. That's something that I get a lot of questions about. Is the RCore tattoos, how to do it, what it takes, whatever. It's not that hard to get into. Once you get into it, you can start learning more about it. It is a very in-depth script that you can create your own tattoos, and it has the option of being standalone, or it can be a job or a business for someone. So all you gotta do, crack it. Let's get into it here and take a look. It does have a database to save the tattoos in, and we'll look at the README just for the sake of doing it. I've done this quite a few times. Now it does have documentation for installation, so what we'll do is we'll do that as well. Let's see. Here, where did it go here? Let's see. Is it still on his list? Where are you at? There you are. Let's bring you guys down here so you can take a look. Now, it has a few things you can add on to it. Let's see. What happens when you start putting out videos? You want to know everything, want to know how to do stuff all the time, right? Alright, so it's not that hard, right? They do have a tattoo manager that you can get here. So basically what it does, they have a tattoo generator, This is where you can create your own custom tattoos. Now, I don't do this one until someone starts wanting to use the business, and I just at the moment, you know, if someone wants us to look over the tattoo manager in another video, let me know in the comments below, and we'll go in depth into that. This video is basically on just installing the tattoo script itself, so that it's a standalone. But we can get into that if someone wants us to. Okay, so basically it's not that difficult. There's an SQL, which is the database. You go through the config, and basically you just make sure everything is set correctly, and that's pretty much it. It's not really that difficult. So let's jump back up here. I'm a very hands-on, I want to be able to see what I'm doing kind of person. You can tell me stuff all day long and I still won't see it. So now, in case you want to do add-ons, they do have this all the tattoo manager linked in here. It's a whole separate script you get. There's documentation here on the add-ons as well, and a tutorial on using this part. So that's what I always recommend anyone that wants to do this, is to do your research here, especially with the video, and see if it's something you want to do. I've had a couple of people ask about it a few times, thinking about they wanted to run the tattoo business, and I always just send them this video. That way they kind of knew what we were getting into, because it does add a little work, because all of the back-end work is going to be on the admin, so it's not like always where they can just, you know, jump in and do it really quick. So there is a little work to it, but we can close this. Alright, so again, we need to add the database. I have the database open already. So what we're going to do is just open this up. And again, if there's any green, that's where you're going to have problems for a lot of this stuff. So if you don't want to have to work around that, usually you can just import it. So this may be one of those situations where we can do it as an import. So let's take a look. I've had a lot of success when it has green on it with importing. So we'll just click on it there, and then you'll scroll down, hit import, and there it goes. So it works around it when you do it as an import, because I guess it takes it as an SQL instead of us just copy and pasting it in. So there's your database. Now we're going to go into this config. First thing, debugs files. You always want to make sure that's files, because that starts running. It will run your F8 like crazy. Okay, so here we're going to go down. Now this is where it's going to get your framework. So what we'll do is just grab this, we'll copy, paste that in there. We don't have the guidebook. That is something else you have to purchase from RCore. I've never done it. So if you want to get that, there's the link in there to grab it up. I've never really needed it. You know, it's one of those things. Okay. These are the builds in there for the DLCs. Let's see. Now, if you have any extra tattoos, you can buy from them. So you can do their add-ons and then all these extras. If you want to get those, they are available from RCore. You just have to go in and you take these tabs out, and then it will activate whatever version you want to use. Okay. Alright, scroll on down. A lot of this is just leave alone, to be honest. The only thing you really have to remember is right here. If you add your own clothing pack at any point and it messes, go in and check this, because if something happens, you'll have to go in here and change these. So what I recommend doing is, when you go in the first time, once you install it without any clothing packs, screenshot that head or the person that's in there and send it to your notes. Same thing with the female. Get a female or create a female. I always recommend admins to have a female and a male blank character, just for going in and testing purposes. So that way you can test what's, you know, whatever you need to test for whatever script it is. So that way you have a female or a male, because a lot of scripts do have clothings you know, versions of clothing or whatever, especially jobs. They'll have your outfits or whatever. Alright, here's your custom, here's your tattoo shop lip, and it's an E. And then if you want to set up a business, you have to set it up here. And let's see. Basically, you just want to go down it and see if there's anything that needs to be changed. I've never really changed much on it, other than the clothing, really, to be honest. It's usually just is what it is. So, let's save that. And I think, so here is your tattoos. That comes with it. And all you got to do now is grab this, jobs, and drag it in. Yeah, I always say just read those configs. Most of it, if it's a decent coder that made the script, they're going to document as much as possible, just because they don't want to answer 1,000 questions. So now we got that in down here. Let's restart it. And again, these are no edit videos, people. If we mess up, you see mess ups. So if you watch some of our videos, you'll see where I figure out that maybe I forgot something, or maybe I didn't code something correctly, or I need to go make a change, and we have to go right back up there and grab something that we may have just overlooked and fix it, because I try to do all these without edits to save me time, so I can do, you know, we're starting a podcast and some other things, and I'm still wanting to do these, and we're starting a stream from a gaming stream. We're going to be doing FiveM and a few other things, and I'll throw some other games in there just for fun every so often. I like to play games with my kids, so we may throw some Fortnite in there every so often, or something like that. But if anyone likes a game like Minecraft or whatever else is out there, the only thing I do not do COD anymore. Way too much of a pain, too much toxicity in that, and Apex as well. I can mess around with Apex for a little while, but after a while, it's just, those people are like, I think it's their job or something. So, but if there's anything you guys want to see us work on, let us know. Okay, so here we go. There it is. Alright, so let's go back down. Alright, let's get back up here. And let's get it running. And again, guys, all we ask is like and comment on the video when you can. You know, watch the videos as much all the way through, and like and comment. That pushes the algorithm out there. I'm not really concerned. I wanted, you know, we like to have subscribers. That way we know we've got people that are, you know, joining the community, join the Discord, all that good stuff. But you know, for algorithm purposes, as long as you like and comment, we're great. I do want to have as many subscribers on here as we can, because we are going to build this community out to, from just doing these walkthroughs, and we're going to have discussions on games. The new GTA 6 is, well, it may come out in our lifetime, may not, but if it does, you know, we're going to move into that too, and the transition from that, you know, how that's going to look. You know, we're getting ready to launch a podcast. You know, No Filter Nation. It'll be on YouTube. I'll be streaming it probably to Twitch and Kick, and maybe Facebook. I haven't decided. Facebook's weird about stuff, but we may stream some of it over there. It's going to be a little bit of everything now, though, people. It's going to be, we're going to go over everything. It's not just going to be gaming. There's going to be a section of gaming in about every podcast. We're also going to get into other stuff that we need to get into. So, being that we're going to test out these tattoos. Let's just use this guy. Alright, so he is here. Alright, so this guy will not allow us to do the tattoo. So what we need to do is we need to switch the head. So I'm going to go to me, do this, and okay, so it does have us on, do this, and then do that. There we go. That's all we need. You have to have the old bald-headed dude to start with in order for anything to work. So we're going to look for a tattoo parlor. So there should be one right up here. So you'll see the heart. So there's one there, and I believe there's one in Toledo that I know of, but I think with the way the script is set up, it has one automated one, and the rest of them are now set up so that you can own them and operate them yourself. So it's already set up for businesses. So we've got this tattoo shop here. Let's see if it lines up. Yep, so it says ink shop. So let's see if they've got any more. No, so that's the only one. So the rest of them are as business only now. Used to put a couple of them in, but I guess they switched it over. So real quick, I'm gonna have to put my hotkeys back on that. Alright, let's jump right in here. And there you see the little thing. Now over here, let's see what we got. There it is. There's the tattoo menu. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So when you first start, you'll want to get to this screen right here. And if it was me, I would do Windows Shift S and just scroll right around him, and then go to your Discord for your server. Get my screen back up here. There it is. And again, I got a notes category, and it's, or channel, that's only for me. And then you just paste that in there, and if something ever happens, you know what it looks like. So that way when you go back to that clothing menu and you try to find these items, you know what you want it to look like so that you have no issues. Alright, so let's get back up here. Alright, so you see how it works. It tells you the options you have for putting stuff on there. So let's just say body. So we're gonna put that one there, and we'll just do buy tattoo. Yep, okay. So there. Now we can go back out of the menu. And then let's just see. See if it did it. Let me try shirt. Oh, there it is. Alright, so go ahead and add that picture to our other Discord as well. So, like I said, it just basically adds them where you want it, and then every time you log into this character, it'll be wherever you put it. Takes the money out of your account, and you're good to go. Let's see if we've got any type of, just for the sake of doing it, I didn't see anything. Okay, there's no errors on our panel. Let's see if we got any errors in here. No. Nope, we're good. So that's basically installing the basic tattoo script. Like I said, you just walk it, once you get it set in, you go in and you just going to do his thing, and then you just pick where you want the tattoo at. So, you know, you can do this, you can do that, and then you just do, I have the tattoo, see it, take the buddy right there, and then it's on his leg. If I back up again, T/ants, and there it is on the back of his leg. Pretty simple script to install. As far as the basic operation of it, it's pretty simple to install. You just basically do a couple of configs and drag it in, put your database in, and you're off and running on it. It's not as difficult as people make it out to be. It used to be a lot worse. It used to be, before they went in and made some changes, it was a little more irritating to get in, but they made some changes now. Looks like they've knocked it down to a single tattoo shop that's standalone, and the rest are ownable. Now that one is ownable too if you get to that point. You can add tattoo shops in other places as well. So if you wanted to have one, you know, in the back of a, you know, if you have a mech shop that's got a back room, they want to do tattoos in the back room or whatever, or their biker gang or something like that, you can do that. You just have to add those in. Again, read your scripting, read your configs, people. You can do any of this. If I can do it, you can do it. Ask any of my admins. If I can do it, you can do it. We started just where you are. Again, guys, that's going to bring it to an end for getting this install done. You know, that's the RCore tattoos. I will link it in the description. That way, you guys, if you want it, you can grab it up. And then if you want to expand into the other parts, you can. Those are linked in. If you need help with that, let me know. If you want me to make a video on going into that, let me know. I'll get with RCore and see what we can do. But yeah, that's going to end the video for this installation today. You know, hit that bell so you guys know when we do the next video. And again, like, and at least like and comment for us. That way we can get those algorithms to agree with us and get us pushed out to more people. And thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. We'll be back with another one, and hopefully in about another week we'll get started on doing some streaming inside of this particular server, and I can, you know, show you guys how to do some in-game things as well. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in the next one.